This session was originally booked as a basic obedience and behavioural session where I also assess the dog's temperament for the owners to see where I think there's any risks with behaviour towards dogs or people and give the owners better tools to be able to manage it if something comes up. Now, since the booking, the local council rangers have contacted me as the dog escaped the backyard, and on arrival when they turned up to capture it, they had a lot of trouble with the dog. They were slightly concerned that the dog may be of an aggressive nature and be a risk in public. So I've been asked to actually assess the dog during this session and give them my opinion of what I think of this dog and if it has any risk in public. Now, during the session, I throw everything at this dog when it comes to people, dogs, and try to set every trigger if I can in the dog. And as you'll see in the video, I think the dog goes very well. We get very little reactivity and it goes great. I think anyone with a dog possibly like this should get a lot out of this video, and I hope you'll really enjoy it and learn something to possibly apply to your dogs if needed. Shows, look, his tail straight up. Problem is people read that body language because it is normally a sign of assertive, dominance, aggression, but it's also a sign of some dogs just being hyper aroused. They're like stimulated, there's dogs everywhere and they just get a bit crazy, you know what I mean? But they didn't express to me their concerns about him with dogs. And as much as I will see him with dogs, that I'm going to do it all, their thing was with people. So we'll do me. I've got 3 staff in there. Hey, buddy. And I'll bring other staff out. Hey, hey, leave it. No. Leave it. No. Okay. So that bark there.
He does that at us for like everything.
Yeah, but that bark there, that protest bark, is really pretty low level. Yeah. It's like a pretty half-assed bark.
That's hurry up and feed me.
That's a protest bark. Definitely not liking me doing that. But I'm a complete stranger. I got in front of him. I was actually physical with him then and pushed him and he backed off. He didn't come forward at me. Yeah. So there's options to walk your dog on, okay? So let's address that first. So the thing I don't like about, I'll give you that. The thing I don't like about the harness, my main thing is when you talk about dog fights, like a dog coming up to your dog off lead. Say you're walking your dog, he's on lead, dog charges up. You don't have a lot of control of what I call the dangerous end, the sharp end, which is his teeth, with this. Holding your dog like this is like trying to control you for the back of your t-shirt. It's just, you can't control the dog. So if you want to protect your dog and stop your dog biting, you've got a lot better chance with a slip lead or a head harness on the dog. So we'll go through a couple of options and do that. Now, when we do the training, there's things we'll do that you'll go, how is this connected to his behavior? Because it's not seen to be related. It's all related, because what we're trying to do today is trying to really lift your leadership skills with your dog. So if you say no, it means no, and controlling your dog and do everything right that gives you power over this guy. We need to understand that dogs operate really different to us guys. One thing is we don't want to baby them too much. You can love your dog, but you can love them too much where you can create habits in your dog. It's not that a dog should never be on a lounge or on a bed. It's what they shouldn't do though is feel they can just jump up middle of the night on top of you.
He definitely doesn't. He will put a paw up, and if I say come up.
And then can you tell him to get off when you tell him?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, good.
I can say get out of the house. I can say move. I can say go. I can say go outside.
It's very important. I have many people that put a dog up on a bed, tell the dog to get off, and the dog growls. Or they sleep with him, and if they move during the growls. It's horrific, okay? And that's a bad problem. For those people not to think, common sense is, I should probably get my dog off the bed, was strange to me. I'll be like, if that's a problem, you know, it's a bad problem. So this is really important. Now, is he protective of you?
Me, yeah. And
Okay, so if you are walking him and someone comes to meet you and talk to you, where does he always want to sit?
Well, he's usually
right in front of you, or yeah, okay. So my advice, if that person's not a threat, as I tell everyone, is don't allow your dog to do that, because if he does have anything like a guardian style breed in him, that behaviour doesn't mean he's going to, but he is feeling he wants to put himself between you and that person. It can lead to possible reactivity. Person might reach to shake your hand, next thing your dog lunges. I would discourage that. Don't have him sitting there, move him away. People go, he hasn't bitten anyone yet. That's not wait until he does bite someone, okay? Let's make him relax more. So what we want to introduce him today is a command called leave it. Okay, I really need him to leave, whether it be a ball, a dog, a person. When you give the command leave it, think of that as like a disengaging command. Like if you say leave it, that means this person's okay, or you don't chase. It's like got a really broad term. You can use it for throwing a ball, leave it, don't chase. Person comes towards you, leave it alone. whatever it is, okay? Rather than having 50 words for different things, a nice broad term. Guys, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying the video and get something from it. Now, if you are, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you get notified when I post any new videos, keep you up to date with what I'm doing. Even when a dog's comfortable around someone, we've been standing there talking for a while, if I lean forward and put my hand out towards your face, it's still weird. And it's still like, what's that? And to a dog, they can react to it. I don't like that introduction phase. What I would do with him, because of his nature, if he wants to, and I do this with most dogs, to be honest, if I wanted to pat your dog, let's say you have him, okay? And we see each other on the street, and I go, hey, how you going? Nice dog, can I pat him? And you go, yeah, okay. You tell this person, me, to stand still. You let him come to me, like this. If he shows interest in me and clearly wants me to, doesn't mind, I give him a pat, rather than me approaching the dog and making the decision for him. I just think it's a safer way. And if the dog doesn't want to be patted, he's probably not going to get near the person. It lets him figure it out. I don't like that. People will come to me and go, I want my dogs to be friends with dogs and people. And I can't make that happen. Your dog will either do it. No, you're like humans where sometimes we're introverted and sometimes we're not. And you are what you are. You can't force that thing, okay? So when you hold this up here like this, if you pull it any harder, he's going to pull against it. And the way I always explain it to people, so people make sense of it, is if I said to you, Emily, I need you to stand there and not move. And just, this is a human here, I'll demonstrate with me. If you put your arm out like that, but I say, don't move, and I pull your arm, and you're like, what are you going to do? You're going to pull against me? And you're also going to be confused going, I don't know what you want, you told me to stay. So we want feedback through this lead to this guy that being there is correct. And when I do it with more assertiveness, more confidence. So I'll do it one more time. Hachi, place, let's go. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Stay. It doesn't mean he'll never move, but if he does, I just put him back. And my timing's got to be impeccable. If he steps off now, the second his foot hits the concrete, I'll say the word no and put him back on. Stay. If Hachi's here and he steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps and I say no now, he doesn't have the connection with what he did wrong. I want it when he's here and he's like this, the second his foot hits here, we say no and he goes back like this so he understands. You see how much I did beside him then? He hasn't moved. Okay, good boy, stay. Good boy, stay. What we're also assessing here, guys, is he loves you, he's bonded to you, and he's protective of you. I'm in between you and him, and I'm handling the dog. And he hasn't showed me any aggression. He hasn't growled at me, hasn't done anything. Hachi, free. Good boy, good boy, good dog. I want to run over this once more with how we do it with a visitor. Then we're going to do staff, then we're going to do dogs. Then we're going to at the front. I just want to hit everything we can to see whether if I can bring out anything in him. Yeah. Okay, the worst I got out.
Like manhandle him if anything happens.
Well, that's what I
will break.
Yeah.
We
No,
will break.
yeah, I can read him pretty well. Yeah. If he was ever to bite at me, I guarantee you it only because I make him uncomfortable. He's very easy to manage, should I say? That's a better. Like he's not a hard dog to manage. See you, Haley. Thank you. Hey, Haley, do me one little favour. Can you walk towards this fence? Just keep coming. Good boy.
Just an empty gap right there.
Good boy. Okay, good. Now, thanks. I would consider that a confronting way to meet a dog, and I wanted her to meet like that. You know what I mean? To see, okay, he was inquisitive, but he didn't growl and jump up and do anything. Obviously, you'd hey, and meet him nicely. But that was sort of a confronting way. She stood there and stared at him, which I wanted her to do. And we still didn't get much out of him. And it was through a fence. If you know anything about dogs,
it makes it worse.
Through fences, they're normally tougher. They feel very brave. This will give you options. You don't have to use it, but I like it. It's a nice way to manage your dog when you have a visitor, give them a safe place. So, Emily comes to the door. She knocks on the door. Okay, I open the door. I say, how you going, Emily? I'm just training Hachi doesn't jump on you. I'll tell you when to come in. Then I shut the gate. I go, Hachi, place. Obviously with me, he's going to be a bit funny. He doesn't know me. Stay. Put him on his place. Okay, come on in. Stay. Keep him there. Then he might go, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. I let him get calm. We have our chat. We calm him down. Now, guys, you tell me, when I let my dog off this mat, what do you assume he's probably going to do to your friend? Yeah, and maybe jump on them or be a bit excited. So what we're going to do is assume that's going to happen, okay? He sees a dog over there. Hello. Assume it's going to happen. So you're going to go back a little bit further, Emily. I'm going to let him off. He'll probably go that way. I'll wait till this dog goes. Okay, so now I let him off. And what I want you to do, this is strange, but I want you to do the, hey, come here. And I'm going to be you, and you would have the lead on him. Free. So you call your dog to you. Nope. Good boy. And that's how he gets his pat. So you take control of him more to stop that jumping. Just on a little side note, it's a handy thing to practice with your dog. Remember how I said they're all connected together? These are all parts of a puzzle. By me not making him jump, by making him go to a place, all of these elevate you when it comes to leading your dog and guiding your dog. Hey buddy, good boy. Good boy. Okay, first time with a head harness on. What a good boy. Okay, so I'll grab that off you. So this is a pretty short one, but that's okay.
Yeah, that was just bought for the trip up. I've lost the lead.
Yeah, yeah.
Sydney and had to buy
Okay.
like the harness and the lead one. I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so,
Big expensive harness.
so I've got other leads. So the main thing is when we introduce one of these guys is that you have sort of like what I call one chance to do it right or wrong. We want to introduce it in a really light way that's not aggressive, that's not too assertive, and we almost let him walk where he wants initially. And if he takes to it well, we'll just move on with it, but we'll see how he responds. Hachi, good boy. So I want very little, now when he does this, I hold the pressure, hachi, hachi, hachi. Hey, yes, good boy. Good boy, there we go. It's okay, this is normal. It's like, what's this on my nose? Let's go, good boy. So when he does those little sort of fits, I let him have a little bit of a play. Good boy, yes, good boy, Hachi. Hachi. See how light the pressure is? Hachi. And what I'm trying to show him here, guys, is that if he complies and comes with me, it's nice, it's not uncomfortable. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Let's go. Good boy, Hachi. Whoop, under my legs. So at this stage, I'm not even worried if he walks on the left or the right or how he walks. I just want him to move. Hachi. When he does that little fight, just try and discourage him. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Hachi. Ah, good boy. Good boy. Nice. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. That's the way. Okay, because I want him happy with it. I don't want him going, no, this is a horrible thing on my nose. I want him really happy. So I'm just going to grab a bit of a longer lead there out of my car. That's quite a short one. I'll just grab another one. So he might get jealous over you patting the dog, so we'll just hold him.
It does. Even babies, if I hold babies,
Yeah.
everyone has to sit on my lap. It's ridiculous.
So this is a good first part. If he can watch you pat a dog, it's a good start, okay? So now what we'll do, we'll stop the patting. You'll sort of just move the dog away from you a little bit, but you have over that way, yep. I'm just gonna let Hachi come up and sort of see how he goes. Good boy, Hachi. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Lick him for the lips, which is really nice. Disengage, which is even better. So there's what I call 3 levels of reactivity. Pure aggression, like just dogs that want to, bad, call them bad dogs. I shouldn't call them bad dogs, aggressive dogs. Obviously very scared dogs, fear-based reactivity. And then there's what I call frustration-based reactivity. I feel his is frustration-based. Because what's happened now that he's gotten to the dog? What's happened? He's completely calmed down. Okay, he's like, he just wanted to meet the dog. Okay, sure, he's not well-mannered when it comes to getting to the dog, but once he got to it, okay, what I want you to do now is just let that dog go. Just drop the lead and let it wander. Good boy, Hachi. Okay, so now I'm going to let him wander. Good boy. Free. You can wander. You can move, buddy.
I think he'll probably sniff that dog and then he'll come back by me.
We'll see how he goes. Good boy. Hey, buddy. You can actually move, buddy. You're not stuck in the mud. I think he thought I still had the lead or something. So we just watch. Good boy.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah. But we're just looking for behaviour here, but he's disengaged. He's pretty good. So what we don't do Because we don't really waste time on one dog. If he passes one, good boy. We go to the next dog. Yeah? Because that was what I'd call successful. Hold that pressure. That's it, Emily. You be in control. Tell him to stay, and if he goes to move, you put him straight back. Okay, so what if... Good. Don't overpraise him, but you're doing good. Now, you couldn't do that 10 minutes ago. Put him back. Okay, you're going to bring and let him meet this dog now. If you notice he comes straight in to stare in the eyes, I want you to pull him apart. Okay, even though he can't hurt this dog, I don't want to scare the dog. And he's not, it'd be like me meeting you guys and I walk up and I get this far from you, go, how you going? You'd be like, dude, what's your problem? Okay, it's not appropriate. So I want you to lead him over slowly. He's not to lunge and pull you. Bring him over to this dog. Let's go. Try and keep him under somewhat of control. This dog's super submissive. Now you can let him relax a bit. This is perfect.
Is that where they're supposed to sit?
That's pretty good. He's not looking for heavy eye contact. He's looking to do what dogs do. Sniff, greet, smell. Now drop the lead. Good boy. You could easily misread Hachi. His tail shows a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of assertiveness, but he's not bad because normally it's a bit more relaxed. I just think that's a lack of social. I think it's just a lack of socialising. He just doesn't really know how to do it. Good boy. He's still a little bit awkward. See how he meets and runs and hits their head? He's getting away with it, but if he does it to the wrong dog, it can upset them. Good boy. Good boy. But he's here, but he's not looking for eye contact. He's just greeting, and with the other dog, he licked around the lips. That's a real, like, just friendly gesture. Like, I don't want any threat. I don't want any drama. He's just that dog that, I mean, it's obvious to you, you can see. He just wants to get the first meeting, and then when he's good, he's like, met the dog, okay? What I would do, I always sort of put it in my terms if he was my dog. If he was my dog, because he's a little bit on edge and uncomfortable, if I was going to go out in public and he was going to meet a lot of dogs, personally, I'd muzzle him. I would just not risk it, guys, because you can see what I mean. He's a little bit uncomfortable. And I always say to everyone, he can do a lot of things with a muzzle, jump and bark and growl, but what can't he do? Bite a dog. Then you don't have lawsuits, you don't have dogs getting put down, all you have is, I'm so sorry my dog barked at your dog. Instead of, oh my God, call the vet, you know what I mean? Like, it's, so I feel that we could do 20 dogs and we're probably going to get the same response. Yeah. Let's now go to a human while we've got the muzzle on. I'll bring my staff in. And what we're going to try is you're not even going to hold him back. My guy's just going to walk in and just walk around and be a little bit sort of in his face and see how he responds. You know, and we're trying to see if we can get the worst out of him in some strange way. He gave a little ooh, walking backwards at me, and I want you to ignore it. If he gives you a bark, just walk in. Just walk through him. Don't let him jump if you don't want to. You can push him off. Show a bit of control of him. Good. Okay, pick up the lead. Walk him around. Just do a bit of whatever. Walk around here. Bring him over. So remember, this is a completely new person. Never smelt him, never met him. Walked straight in, picked up the lead. I want you to put him in a sit. He's pretty stubborn. He's strong. So you might have to push him down a bit. Good. Okay. Nice. Now let's go. Let's put him in a place command. Just do a couple of those. Put him over here. Give him a stay. See if he'll stay for you. Put him back. Yep. You know what to do. See if you can drop the lead. Walk away. Good. Now look at that. That was a lunge at him. Doesn't know him. Walk back, pick up the lead, be a trainer, do whatever. Good boy. Okay, so you couldn't get much more confronting than that. Walking in, barging through him, picking up the lead, telling him to sit, putting him in a place. There's not one bit of uncomfortable aggression. He's actually liking Marty. So whatever he had his aggression for outside the house is completely unrelated. I don't know what set him off, but it's not this, because he had no issue with Marty at all. Just push past him. He'll do a hectic smell and walk around, maybe, or maybe not. Good, just keep walking around. Hey Archie, good boy, buddy. Okay, pick up the lead. Yep, and just walk him. Don't have to tell him to do anything. Just take him for a walk. He gets a bit frantic when he's meeting someone new. He's really sniffy and whatever. Good. So Taryn's not really an obedience trainer for me. She just works for me, but I want him to meet all different people, okay? Good, walk him around. Now, in your best way, bring him over here, make Hachi sit over here.
Okay.
Hachi. Sit. Push his butt down. Good. Good boy. Now, if you notice, Taryn's right over top. There's a lot of staring in the eyes. New person, not a big threatening person, as in where he'd feel, okay, I won't do anything. She's smaller. If he felt he was going to push around someone, it would probably be you, because he's like, you know, smaller. He's done nothing. He's disengaged. He's not even looking at you, which is a sign of a dog being totally comfortable. If he wasn't comfortable, he wouldn't look away. He'd be like this. Think of humans. If you're uncomfortable with someone, you stare at them. He doesn't even care. The one last thing we should see, one more thing, is I'm going to get another dog. You're going to be out on the street. We're going to do like a street meeting. Make it even realer. So he meets, and then you're going to come up and you try and put him in a sit best you can. Hey, how you going? And then you're going to let him meet with no barrier, no controlled environment, and then sort of tick that off. We've ticked every list off. We've got a smaller female, we've got a larger guy, we've got two strangers, we've got new dogs, we've got me, they've just walked in. They didn't even give him space. They just barged in the gate. We haven't had anything at all. He gave me one bark at the start, which is what I call, for the lack of a better term, half-assed. It was going backwards, and it was a low, nothing bark. If you know dog barks, it was a completely, I'm not really scary bark, but I'm going to try and scare you. It was nothing, okay? Use your body. Push him out of the way. Okay, turn around. Go again. Get ready, shorter lead, get your body pushed into him. Drive him away. Good, just keep him walking. Good. Turn around, come again. Nice and confident with your body language. Just drive him out of the way. Good boy. Okay, this time turn around, put him in a sit in front of this dog. Okay, put him in a sit.
Sit.
Push the butt down.
Sit. Good
Boy, keep him there.
Good boy.
Oh, you're sitting too. Good boy. Good boy.
Okay. Good boy.
Okay, I'm going to walk past you. You're going to do your best to keep that dog in that position. Let's go.
Stay.
Put him back. Push him in the sit. Good. Keep him there. This is all about teaching this guy manners and how he can meet. There's a lot of good coming out of this. Okay, now you're going to give him the release word, which is, remember, free. You're going to let him come over and meet. If he's too rough and he's too pushy, you're going to take him back away again. Okay, he's to meet with somewhat of calmness. Let's go. Bring him over.
Oh, good boy.
And then you'd walk off. Perfect. That was really good. So what we did there, guys, that's as far as it needs to meet. Like, yeah, if you're in another situation where you're friends and whatever, your dog's on a play. But in public, just a nice little greeting going down past the dog, sniff and keep going, is where he gains a lot of knowledge and gains confidence and you get control. But over there where you had him in the sit stay, that's how I want him to meet. You're in control, okay, Emily? You put him in the sit, you tell him to stay, he meets when you tell him. Put him in the sit again for me. Make him do it. One command, push his butt down gently, tell him to stay. This is all about deny and give permission, impulse control. He wants to meet this dog, but he only gets to meet this dog on the permission of his owners, yourselves, okay? Whoever's walking the dog.
Good boy. Stay.
Dog training is not complicated. It's about basic, patient, consistent, clear commands. You don't have to make it very complicated. No grey areas. Turn him around to you. See how you move into him? turn him back to you. Grab your hand on the outside of his backside, turn his hips in and make him sit. That's better. You're in control, not the dog. Much better, Emily. Good job. Good boy. Now bring him over again. Free. Let him meet. Perfect. That's all he wants to get out of his system. He just wants to say hi and then he's good. Okay, now we're going to let him socialise a bit. Just let him in the end of the lead and walk around a bit. And just let him relax. He goes, I'm done. I just wanted to get the hello done.